What is up, my beautiful people? Hope you're having a tremendous day. Exile451 here with yet another daily dose of Reddit Happy. Got some stories from r/getmotivated that I'm sure you're gonna get a lot from. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. I took the first step towards a new life. 4 months ago, I finished my bachelor degree. I've worked 7 years in total for this goal just to, only at the end, realize that there is no job for me in this field and that even if I did, I would be unhappy. Extremely stressful field. For 4 months, I have been giving resumes to all those companies, didn't get any approvals from any of them. It's not that I'm bad in what I do. My resume is solid and my portfolio is really good. Even received referrals from teachers, and even with all that, nothing is coming in my way. And it is the same for a ton of friends that studied in this field and are done for a year and a half now. They're all still waiting. For 4 months, my motivation went down and down to the limit of depression. I just wanted to give up, but felt so much pressure to still try because I'm stubborn and people helped me so much during this process. I felt like I wouldn't meet their expectations of me. My family was kind enough to pay for my studies. I'm so grateful since my mother has multiple sclerosis and all the money they sent my way is money she could have used to do more things in life and make the best out of it while her body can still allow her to. I always was grateful and asked the minimum I could from them. Refused when they offered more and worked my butt off to pay for everything else except university fees. But the fact that they helped me this much made me feel like I had to finish and find something for them, even if it isn't the life I was expecting. I just ended up being stuck in my head and so depressed. The applications for jobs are on the internet, so I was just inside my basement apartment, not going out except for groceries, and felt surrounded by a black fog at almost all times. My boyfriend is working a lot these days, so he's really tired when he gets home and just sleeps most of the time he's back here, which is totally understandable. He still tried to help me as much as possible nonetheless. While I am lucky enough to have people around me that I love and to love me back, I felt so alone and hollow. They were all going on with life while I was just stuck at the same place. I didn't want to just wait. I have life projects and goals I want to achieve, like buying a house and adopting a dog. These goals require me to work, not wait around. Yesterday, I took the decision to go back to school. I was tired of waiting for something to happen and wanted to do things for myself. I made the first step. I sent my application to a small college that offers a 1-year class in something that I will love, will have a place for me, and just plain felt right with how I want my life to be. I'm scared to maybe do the wrong decisions. Still a little bit lost. It felt like failure to do 7 years of study just to start back at square one. Like it was wasted time, and it still does. It felt like I was giving up to the people that helped me, but realized that they just wanted me to be happy no matter what I was doing. And by waiting around, I wasn't living up to my promise to them. Most importantly, it felt like I was getting rid of so many weights on my shoulder. I do not have all the answers right now, but I feel like this is the best thing I can do, and by letting go and accepting it, it just helped me grow more as a person. No matter how long, time growing isn't lost time. I learned so much about myself in these 7 years, and without that path, I wouldn't have been able to choose the new one, as I discovered that I would love this new field in the process. Failure isn't falling down. It's not getting back up. You know, OP, good for you. It can be really kind of embarrassing to spend that much time in school and then admit, maybe this isn't what I want to do, and go back and start at square one. But happiness in life is so key, and the fact that you're willing to take those steps to make sure that you have a happy life is an inspiration to everyone else that it's not too late to go back to school, to do those things that you do want to do with your life. There's never a point where it's too late to change things for yourself. Like you said, failure isn't falling down. It's not getting back up. If you're willing to get back up whenever you make a mistake like that, or whenever you feel like your life's going for a change, you will always get ahead and you will find that happiness. Thank you so much for sharing your story. I'm sure it speaks to a lot of people right now and is a validation that I think a lot of people really need to hear. Wherever you're at right now, I wish you the best. A request terrified me, so I accepted it. All my life, I had one guiding principle: don't promise what I can't deliver. I didn't want to obligate anyone to anything because I disliked obligations myself. If I wasn't the best person for a job, don't assign it to me. If you want something done right, do it yourself, etc. I struggled to do anything uncomfortable and only focused on what I was natural at. In short, I didn't grow. Now, I've had a lot of mentality shifts over the years for the sake of growth, but I think here's one of the more important ones. If the idea makes you uncomfortable, that's all the more reason to pursue it, not to avoid it. That's challenge in a nutshell. That's growth. I work in software, but our work is fairly diverse. I program, but I also help write up documentation. I help the QAs establish new tests. I help support people figure out potential bugs on customer systems. And I also create presentation media such as slideshows or demo videos. Normally, this is the sort of thing you'd expect another person to do as a job. I got into software so I could just be in the background making stuff work, letting my work be admired from afar. But this position thrust us far into unexpected spotlights. I've worked in my position for 4 years, and during that time, had the mentality shift of, if I'm not the best person for the job, don't ask me to do it, to, I don't understand this yet, so I should probably do it so I learn. Previously, I passed up the opportunities out of fear, but my boss asked again if I wanted to be the one to go to our company's annual conference to present the product I work on in a session. It all scares me. Having to fly, potentially traveling by myself, finding stuff to do by myself, being at a professional conference, having to present in front of people so enthusiastic about what I work on as to pay the fee to attend and sit in a session, prepared with very technical questions entirely beyond me. Last year, I told myself, this scares me, so I shouldn't do it. But, of course, I came up with better reasons than that to say out loud. I don't like to travel, someone else would probably appreciate it more, I'm not as experienced, it'd be better for another dev, the devs shouldn't even be the ones presenting in the first place. The rational side of the brain is very good at justifying the emotional side of the brain if you let it. So this year, I told myself, this scares me, and that's exactly why I should do it. It's the only way it won't scare me in the future. That I'll grow, that I'll become more valuable in the field. Now, there are threatening things in life, that doesn't change. But most of what you fear isn't from danger. It's from not having experienced what you fear yet. You fear what you don't understand. You fear not that you'll fail, but that you won't get back up. But the fact that you're here is proof enough you always get up if it doesn't kill you. You haven't lived in spite of all that has challenged you. You live because of every challenge strengthening you and teaching you. Without gravity, your muscles would atrophy. Without exposure to pathogens, your immune system would be nothing. Without once having been poor, you wouldn't appreciate the value of $1. Without having known loneliness, you wouldn't appreciate friendship. Hardship is what makes you an incredible human. And so, for the first time, I've chosen to do the scariest thing I've done yet since reaching out and kissing the girl. I know you can too. You know, OP, I read once that the biggest fear for any human out there is the fear of rejection, the fear of failure. And it's so true. We as human beings will always seek the path of least resistance, so we stay inside of our comfort zone because it doesn't challenge us. Like you say, it's through those challenges that we grow, that we become something better. You know, there's always that analogy of the caterpillar turning into the butterfly and needing to use all its muscles with the wings to be able to get out of its cocoon so that it can actually be able to fly once it is. Hardship, challenges, fear, those are the things that make us grow, stepping out into the unknown and doing something risky. Thank you so much for sharing your story, for inspiring at least me to continue to try and push to step outside my comfort zone and grow, and for being willing to do it yourself and set that example. You're a great person, and I really do wish you the best. Life is a marathon, not a sprint. Don't give up on your goals because they're taking too long. You've made a goal and you're working tirelessly to achieve it. However, months, even years have passed and you still haven't accomplished it. You're starting to feel like you're never going to reach it and feel like giving up. I was in this situation years ago, but reminding myself that giving up wouldn't accomplish anything helped me push through the negativity, and eventually, I accomplished something I never thought possible. I was 19 years old and was hovering between 215 to 220 pounds. I was a size 20 in pants and probably super close to developing pre-diabetes. I realized that I needed to make a change. However, a year went by and I was getting frustrated. I had lost 20 pounds, but I realized that I needed to lose a lot more. Plus, I had probably plateaued while my dad, who also had to lose weight, was easily losing it. After yelling at him about how I'll never lose the weight and about how hopeless I felt, my dad calmly told me something that I will never forget. You came this far, no use giving up now. He was right. I had already lost 20 pounds and went down a pant size. If I can accomplish all of that in a year, then imagine what I can accomplish in another year. Fast forward to today, I'm 26, about to turn 27 in 2 weeks. I'm 110 pounds. Over a period of 8 years, I had lost around 100 pounds, 4 to 5 pant sizes, and am nowhere close to developing pre-diabetes. I'm also determined to try and inspire someone to make a positive change in their lives by retelling my weight loss story. If you take anything away from this story, it should be this message. Some goals take time. You may not be satisfied that it's taking a long time, but if you've come this far, there's no use giving up. You know, you're right, OP. In this world of just swiping to find a hookup, or being able to just go and get food at a drive-thru, or being able to order your groceries from your phone and have them delivered, all these things of instant gratification, we expect goals that take years and years to build and accomplish to happen overnight. And when we don't see that, it's depressing and we just lose hope, and so many people just give up. Life is not built around instant gratification. It's built around trial, challenge, and overcoming. And you're absolutely right. It may have taken you 8 years to cut your weight in half, but you still achieved it. And what's even more important is that you probably developed habits that are going to help you keep it off, which is where so many people who take easy ways out like liposuction fail, because they've never made those same changes that you forced yourself to have to make. Goals take time, but they are obtainable, and you are an example of that. Thank you so much for sharing your story. I truly appreciate the example you're setting, and I wish you nothing but the best. Thank you all so much for tuning in today. I truly appreciate all of you coming to the channel, viewing these videos, supporting it the way that you have been, and I cannot express that deeply enough. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to hit that like button and subscribe so you can get more of your daily dose of Reddit Happy. Also, check out the channel on Twitter and Instagram at the links in the description. Now you go out there, have a great day. I will see you all tomorrow. Until then, I'm Exile451. Stay beautiful, people.